thanks for joining us for another episode of What's Cooking in Worcester. Today we're going to be making a delicious chicken and zucchini casserole. This is the first time that I'm going to be making this, so we're going to learn together. So I have my skillet warming up over here on a medium-high heat. While that's warming up, I'm going to review the ingredients with everyone. So over here I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil that has been divided into 1 tablespoon each. This recipe calls for butter, but I'm using extra virgin olive oil just to make it a little bit healthier. Over here I have 2 pounds of chicken that I've cut into 1-inch pieces, or about, doesn't have to be exact. Over here I have 2 large zucchini that I have diced into about 1/2-inch pieces. We have 1 red bell pepper that I've chopped. I have 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of no salt added chicken broth, 1 cup of whole milk, 3 ounces of reduced fat cream cheese, 1 1/4 cups of shredded part skim mozzarella cheese, 3/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so now that my skillet is warmed up, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of my extra virgin olive oil. Just swirl that around so it covers the pan nice and evenly. And then I'm going to add my 2 pounds of chicken breast. Okay, so now that my chicken is pretty much cooked through, I'm going to remove it from the heat and put it in a separate bowl. Okay, now I'm going to add my zucchini and red bell pepper, and we're going to get those nice and cooked. And I love this recipe because you are just adding it to the same pan, so you don't have a lot of dishes to clean up afterwards. Okay, so now that my vegetables have pretty much softened up, I'm going to take them off of the heat and just add them to the bowl that I did with the chicken. Nice and colorful. This is a nice recipe if you have kids that don't like to eat their vegetables, but you want to sneak them in there anyway. This is a good recipe for that. Okay, so now using the same pan, I'm just going to add my remaining 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and we're going to make the cheese sauce that's going to go over top of this, make it really yummy. Now that I have the 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan, I'm just going to swirl it around so that it completely coats the whole pan. And then I'm going to add my flour to this. I am going to add my chicken broth to this. And the milk. And we're going to bring this to a boil. So now that it's boiling, I'm just going to turn off the heat and scoot it over to the side. All right. Now we are going to add our cream cheese. All right, so now that the cream cheese has been added and it's kind of melting into the mixture, I'm going to add 3/4 cup of the mozzarella cheese. I'm just kind of guessing there. Okay, so we've got everything pretty much cooked. Now we just need to drain the liquid from the chicken and the vegetable mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then we'll put everything together and get it in the oven. All right, so I've drained the liquid. Now I'm just going to add the vegetables and the chicken into my casserole dish. Smells delicious, it's nice and colorful. Now I'm just going to marry it with the cheese sauce. Okay, so now I'm just gonna top it with the remaining cheese. I have my oven that has been preheating to 400 degrees. We're just gonna cover this with some aluminum foil and we'll put it in the oven, it says for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so the casserole has been in the oven for about 20 minutes now. What I did was I removed the foil and then I put it on broil for about 5 minutes. The recipe doesn't call for that, but it just makes it like look nice and pretty. All right, so it looks delicious, it smells delicious. We're gonna give it about 10 minutes to cool off and then we're gonna dive in and see if it tastes delicious. It's really good, very cheesy, very creamy. I love the vegetables. So I think that you guys would enjoy this dish as well. Thank you for tuning in. Just remember to eat healthy, be active, and prevent diabetes today.